So, what is our current understanding of Palestine? When these words, Palestine and Palestinians, are used, they are generally understood this way: Palestine as the region, and Palestinians are people who are coming from this region. Palestine has become a non member observer state at the United Nations based on the UN General Assembly Resolution 67/19 since 2012. Now, if you ask a Palestinian or a Palestinian supporter, they would most likely define Palestine as a region between the river to the sea. The popular chanting, "River to the sea, Palestine will be free," it reveals a grand ambition for freedom and also geographical extent of the envisioned state of Palestine from the west of Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea. If realized, it would superimpose itself upon the existing state of Israel, most likely not beside it. Now let's go back to the ancient period and probe the etymology of the term Palestine. I want to share two things in this connection: its origin and its meaning. Let's ask, where does this word Palestine come from? The first thing to notice is that the Palestine is definitely not Arabic. The etymological root of this word most likely comes from Egyptian language. Now, the Egyptians, they refer to Paliset or Pulaseti as group of outsiders that attacked Egypt around the 12th century BC. When the Paliset attempted to invade the Egyptian lands by sea, Pharaoh Ramses III defeated them at the Battle of Delta in the year 1175 BC. After defeating them, Ramses forcibly relocated them into the coastal area in the land of Canaan. So these events are recorded on the walls of Ramses III's mortuary temple at Medinat Habu. So it is where the Paliset inscriptions, they make the first reference to Paliset. Today, historians generally identify the Paliset with the Philistines, who lived in the coastal regions of ancient Canaan. Philistine settlement in the land of Canaan took place around the 12th century BC. The Philistines on the coast, they went to wars with those who lived in the hill country. You know the famous confrontation between Goliath and David. Actually, Goliath was representing the Philistine side and David was representing the Israelite side. Okay, let's look at these words in different languages. Egyptian, Peliset or Peliseta, and Israel, Philistine or Philishet. Akkadian, Palastu. Greeks, Philistinoi in plural. Romans, Philistinus. If you look at all these different languages, the root word seems to be Egyptian, Paliset. So in summary, we can trace the origin of the word Palestine to Egyptian word Paliset. Okay, now we understand where is it coming from. The next question, what does this word actually mean? What does Palestine actually mean? But it is quite likely that the Hebrew word Philistim is derived from the Egyptian word Paliset. The root of the Hebrew word Philistim is Palash. There are two possible meanings that we can derive from these root. Palash in the biblical terms, it could mean to roll around in ashes in grief. In that sense, Philistine land could mean land of grief, possibly referring to the nature of the region that went through so much war, displacement, settlement, and human suffering. So ancient Israelites who were living in the hill regions must have looked at the plight of these people in the coastal area, their suffering, sympathetically. Some others, they associate this root Palash to mean to invade, referring to Philistines as trespassers and intruders, referring to their status as the foreign immigrants into the land of Canaan. So they seem to follow the Egyptian word Paliset to mean invaders and foreigners. In that sense, Philistine land could also mean land of the trespassers or foreign invaders. In any case, when Greeks and Romans, they began to refer to Palestine in the classical antiquity, they most likely meant Palestine as the land of Philistines, without these Hebrew etymological nuances.